Horace Mann quotes, "A house without books is like a room without windows." Education, then, beyond all other devices of human origin, is a great equalizer of the conditions of men. Be ashamed to die until you have won some victory for humanity. Doing nothing for others is the undoing of ourselves. Education is our only political safety. Outside of this ark, all is deluge. The great difficulty in education is to get experience out of ideas. Ignorance breeds monsters to fill up the vacancies of the soul that are unoccupied by the verities of knowledge. Education consists in understanding the value of things, not in the possession of things. A human being is not attaining his full heights until he is educated. Without education, we are in a horrible and deadly danger of taking educated people seriously. The art of teaching is the art of assisting discovery. Seek not greatness, but seek truth, and you will find both. If any man seeks for greatness, let him forget greatness and ask for truth, and he will find both. The common school is the greatest discovery ever made by man. If evil is inevitable, how are the wicked accountable? Nay, why do we call men wicked at all? Evil is inevitable, but is also remediable. A teacher who is attempting to teach without inspiring the pupil with a desire to learn is hammering on cold iron. In vain shall we search for fundamental principles to promote a perfect education. All plans and systems of education will continue to be partial and imperfect inventions. The philosophy of schoolroom in one generation will be the philosophy of government in the next. Education is the cheap defense of nations. Lost yesterday, somewhere between sunrise and sunset, 2 golden hours, each set with 60 diamond minutes. No reward is offered, for they are gone forever. The great object of education is to acquaint the youthful man with himself, to inspire in him self-trust. Doing well is the result of doing good. That's what capitalism is all about. Character is higher than intellect. A great soul will be strong to live as well as think. Let the teacher always say, "Come and see." The paramount destiny and mission of women are to fulfill the noble and benign offices of wife and mother. If an ignorant person is attracted by the things of the world, that is bad. But if a learned person is thus attracted, it is worse. The wise man does not expose himself needlessly to danger, since there are few things for which he cares sufficiently. One's age should be tranquil, as childhood should be playful. Hard work at either extremity of life seems out of place. At midday, the sun may burn, and men labor under it, but the morning and evening should be alike calm and cheerful. Let the public mind become corrupt, and all efforts to secure property, liberty, or life by the force of laws written on paper will be as vain as putting up a sign in an apple orchard to exclude canker worms. Moral beauty is the basis of all true beauty. Habit is a cable. We weave a thread of it every day, and at last we cannot break it. Man is not made for the Sabbath. The Sabbath is made for men. The pulse of education beats in the remotest arteries of the country. Insist on yourself, never imitate. Every addition to true knowledge is an addition to human power. The great end of education is to discipline rather than to furnish the mind, to train it to the use of its own powers rather than fill it with the accumulation of others. The mind, in proportion as it is cut off from free communication with nature, with revelation, with God, with itself, loses its life, just as the body droops when debarred from the air and the cheering light from heaven. Children have more needs of models than of critics. Liberty and equality are captivating sounds, but they can never be made a substitute for personal rights. Labor is the true standard of value. Let the men of learning see to it that they themselves are not possessed with a prejudice against those who have learned from unlettered and obscure teachers. The soul without imagination is what an observatory would be without a telescope. Let us not be content to wait and see what will happen, but give us the determination to make the right things happen. The power of a teacher lies in the kindling of joy. Thought is the labor of the intellect. Reverie is its pleasure. He who loves the workman and his work and does what he can to preserve and improve it shall be accepted of him and his God. As an arrow out of a long bow, so is a word from the mouth of a man, his friend. Education is the great equalizer. It is not well for a man to pray cream and live skim milk. The task of the modern educator is not to cut down jungles, but to irrigate deserts. There is nothing more frightful than ignorance in action. The only remedy for bad education is better education. Thank you for joining us today to explore the inspiring words of Horace Mann. If you have found his wisdom to be impactful, it would be wonderful to share this video with others and spread the love. Don't forget to subscribe for more inspirational content. Until next time, may you find joy and inspiration in the beauty of life. See you!